It's been 2 years since the release of Steam Deck, the most innovative gaming device that provided us with the performance of personal computer in a form of tiny little handheld. Steam Deck changed so many things on so many levels. It changed the way we perceive PC gaming, it transformed the landscape of gaming on Linux, and it affected the way I play video games. Ever since I was a kid, I always flirted with the dream of playing PC games on the go. The idea of bringing the whole library with me in a small device that has the capacity and power to run each of them fascinated me. Of course, cell phones and portable consoles were able to run some games, but it wasn't the same. Little me, as well as millions of PC enthusiasts around the globe, had a certain specific demand, and it wasn't fully satisfied until the February of 2022. Before the announcement of Steam Deck, we had poorly designed Chinese pumped-up computers powered by Windows and one nasty scam project known by many names: Steamboy, Smack Zero and Smack Z. Steam Deck became the first proper handheld PC capable of running AAA titles, and it was so good and so successful that it started the whole trend among other hardware developers. Handheld gaming PCs are now popping up like mushrooms after rain. Companies like Lenovo, Asus, Ioneo, MSI and others are all promised groundbreaking handheld gaming experience. And even GPD, Chinese company that tried to innovate in the space of pumped-up computing, now uses Steam Deck in marketing campaign to make their devices look more promising. Steam Deck became the thing. The combination of great idea, competent execution and affordable price made Steam Deck the most popular and desirable handheld on the market, and PC became the only platform where you can enjoy exclusive titles published both by Sony and Microsoft, but neither Sony nor Microsoft can offer top-notch handheld gaming experience. Well, they can't offer handheld experience at all. It is extremely difficult to stay ahead of the competition in gaming industry. We always had to take a huge risk to innovate and adapt, and by taking that risk, Valve propelled themselves into a unique position in the industry and secured the future of handhelds. It would be difficult to underestimate how important the release of Steam Deck was for gaming on Linux. Linux market share on Steam has doubled since the release of Steam Deck. 90% of the top 100 most played games on Steam work surprisingly well on Linux. And finally, we got limited anti-cheat support thanks to Valve. Steam Deck became the icebreaker, the trailblazer of gaming on Linux. The very thing that Steam machines has failed to become. In the beginning of 2024, Steam Deck's library became 14 times bigger than it was 2 years ago. That is huge! We are talking about thousands of verified and playable titles. Pick any of the highest rated games in history, from the best-selling role-playing games to the most popular day-to-day online shooters, it will work on Linux out of the box. Throughout 2023, Valve continued to improve Proton compatibility layer, bringing even more games and cutting-edge technologies. With a new OLED version of Steam Deck, mid-gen upgrade released in the end of 2023, we got HDR implementation for Linux, which wasn't a thing before. Valve are trying their best to secure the future of gaming on Linux, and it seems that they are succeeding. They proved the world that translation layer, such as Proton, can become a viable solution. Folks in Google are now adapting Proton to bring video games on Chromebooks, and Apple built their own game porting toolkit on top of open source projects like Wine and DXVK. The success of Steam Deck became a market incentive that now forces companies to make their games playable on Linux, and now more people can appreciate how great free software is. Free in the same sense as my videos are completely free from paid promotions, product placements and sponsorships. I respect my audience and I need your help to keep it this way. As a one-man team, I'm responsible for everything you see on this channel, from cinematography and script writing to editing and gameplay recording. If you want to support me, please consider joining channel membership for special perks. You can also make a single donation by hitting thanks button underneath the video. SteamOS became the key thing that separated Steam Deck from other portable handhelds, because it provided a complete desktop experience beyond the handheld goodness. Anyone can install third-party software, emulators, mods, non-Steam games, and etc. Instead of locking us into proprietary ecosystem, Valve gave us open playground. And those who have never used Linux before certainly will appreciate how much you can do with a Linux distro. And last but not least, Steam Deck became the best thing that happened to the gaming audience perception of Linux. SteamOS is not just the most user-friendly Linux distro, it was tailored specifically to provide seamless handheld gaming experience. It is extremely efficient, and features like settings overlay or the ability to suspend the whole system and then quickly resume on the go is what made it so special. No other handheld PC powered by Windows has those quality of life improvements. By releasing Steam Deck and then glorious OLED model, Valve made gaming on Linux convenient, desirable and comfy. Nowadays, 90% of the top 100 most played games on Steam work surprisingly well on Linux, and with seemingly increasing player base, the situation is going to be even better. Steam Deck also affected my habits and gaming priorities. It didn't replace my gaming PC, but completely changed the way how I consume video games. I'm an RPG type of guy. I prefer story-driven games, I very much enjoy immersive sims, I like to spend the whole evening playing cozy turn-based strategies, visually stunning action adventures, and I have a guilty pleasure of rocking some online shooters from time to time. My average gaming session on my desktop is at least an hour and a half long, but it is impossible to spend that much time playing on the go. It is difficult to follow story intricacies when all you want is to kill some time sitting on a plane. Steam Deck taught me to appreciate video games with short gaming sessions. I began to play more indie games, including genres that I've almost never tried before. I began to play roguelikes, Metroidvanias, I made nostalgic deep dive into skateboarding games, and even tried cookie clickers. And oh boy, most of them are nothing but a pure hit of dopamine. In a certain way, Steam Deck revived my passion for gaming. It's been great for traveling, I tried genres that I didn't play for years and began to finally clear my gaming backlog. I'm fascinated by what Valve were able to achieve with the Steam Deck, and I would like to end this video with the same words I ended up my Steam Deck review. Thank you, Valve, from the bottom of my heart, for transforming the landscape of gaming on Linux forever. This was Reluctant Anarchist, and I have nothing left to say.